I first did this alien makeup a few years back, but it's been recreated so many times I never bothered to do my own video on it, but for this I thought I would. So I start off with white face paint all over my face, but you can use foundation or pale eyeshadow, and then with black eyeliner I'm just putting little triangles above my nostrils to create little nose slits, and I'm lining my upper lip to create a really thin alien lip, and then I'm just lining my whole face to make that really thin pointed look that they have, and then I'm just going to fill all that in. And going above my forehead as well and filling it all in. Again, for this you can use a wet brush and black eyeshadow if you've not got eyeliner, or you can use face paint. I'm leaving a little space for a little neck and just making little marks on the neck to give a little bit more realism to it. And then it's carrying on with that eyeliner. I'm just going to outline my eyes, going above my eyebrow because it's a lot easier to cover your eyebrow up, and then bringing it back round to the point. And then that's the new alien eye shape done. And then once I've done them both on the same side and checked that they're equal, I'm just going to fill them in with the black eyeliner. I'm also setting it with a black eyeshadow just so it doesn't smudge around, and then contouring my nose really nice and thin with black eyeshadow and giving myself little cheekbones. And then carrying on with this brush, I'm just going to make little creases above my eye and underneath my eye, still with the black eyeshadow. And then with a little brush just going over those just to define them a little bit more. And then with a white face paint you can use white eyeliner or eyeshadow. I'm just highlighting areas like my nose to make it extra thin, and in between those creases just to give them a little bit more of a realistic look. And then finally some little highlights to the eyes. And then that is the final look for the alien. It's really, really easy. Except you don't have to walk around with your eyes shut. It looks just as creepy with your eyes open. So the next one is a witch look, and again this is just really easy. It's just a whole lot of eyeshadows. So with a brown I'm just going to make my nose really nice and thin by contouring either side, and contouring my cheeks straight down into a straight line, and then also giving my chin a little bit of a point on it by doing a little V. I'm also going to just round my cheeks up because I wasn't quite sure about the whole straightness of them. So still with the same brown eyeshadow and the fluffy brush, I'm just going to smoke out my crease and underneath my eye. And then with a smaller brush I'm going to make my nostrils more defined and slightly wider, just so they're more witch-like. And then with a black eyeshadow and that small brush I'm just making my nostrils flare out. Drawing the tip of my nose slightly lower than it actually is. And then still with this black I'm just going to go around these bits again just to define them slightly more. And then with my forehead, just so it ties in with everywhere else, I'm just going to contour the sides of it with a black eyeshadow. And then with a green eyeliner, but you can use eyeshadow or anything you have, I'm just doing two little warts and outlining them with a black eyeshadow and a small brush. And then with a really dark green, I'm just putting that on my eyelid and smoking it out. I'm just using some black eyeliner and just defining my eyebrows so they're more arched and rounded. And lining my eyes as well. And my waterline. And then making my mouth slightly wider into sort of a smirk and using a red lipstick on my lips. And with a black eyeshadow I'm just going to sort of merge that longer smile into those lips, so line my lips slightly. Again I'm just going round areas just to define them more with the black. And then adding some creases on my eyebrows as if I'm saying in a really evil way. Putting mascara on, and then that is it for the witch look. It's kind of pretty, kind of horrendous, kind of easy. Next is a werewolf. Again, this is all mainly eyeshadow, so I'm getting a brown and just putting that all over my lid and smoking that out. And then with the same brown eyeshadow and fluffy brush, I'm contouring my nose really wide, so straight from where my tear ducts are and just going straight down, and then making little smile lines from the corners of my mouth upwards. And then with a black eyeshadow I'm just painting the tip of my nose to make a new little wolf nose, and then drawing the little line crease from my nose to my lips. So I'm just going around areas just to define them more. And then I'm just going to make my eyebrows really fluffy with a black eyeshadow. I started with brown, but it didn't show up well, so I used the black and just feathering it all out in little strokes. And then just putting some dots in there so people know I'm a werewolf. And then, similar to what I did with the eyebrows, I'm doing it with the eyes, but I'm using black eyeliner and just feathering it all out. So it looks nice and furry. And then with a black eyeliner, I'm just drawing squiggles, and these are going to be scratches either side. These could be a hell of a lot neater, but I sort of got to the point where I couldn't really go back. I'm filling them in with a red lip gloss, just so it looks gooey and bloody. Putting some eyeliner on and some mascara, and putting a brown lipstick on. I'm just using a black eyeshadow now just to define areas, and a white face paint. You can use eyeshadow or anything you have just for fangs. This is with brown eyeshadow. I'm just putting some fur at the top of my forehead and some black just to give it more of a furry look, and that is it. Now this spider, I think I make it look more complicated than it actually is. Basically, I want it coming out of a hole, so that first bit I drew was the hole. And then you want to just draw the body of it and the head. So basically just 2 round circles. And these bits are the fangs I'm drawing underneath it. So for the legs, they sort of come out on all sorts of angles. I've never done this before, but I just did like 3 points, angled them slightly, and then did a little kick on the end. And I did that with all the legs. And I reckon anywhere you put the legs, it will still turn out effective in the end. I don't think you need to worry too much about where they are. I'm pretending 2 legs are still in the hole as well, because I didn't do enough legs. And then I'm just filling that body in once I've done that. And you can see the shape of it better, and it is a very simple shape. And then I'm just going to draw lots of little baby spiders, which are really rough and they're not neat at all. Just 2 blobs with legs coming out, probably not even enough legs. I think some of them have got 6, but I'm just drawing those all down my face. And then with a white, this is where it starts to look realistic. I'm just going around certain areas, drawing lots of little eyes on the spider, making the back look furry, and putting a little bit of highlights on all the leg joints. And that's where it starts to look very realistic. This is what I mean, you probably do your legs anywhere, do any shape, but as soon as you get the highlights on, it looks realistic. And I've never done this before, and I was really quite impressed at how easy it actually is. I just did some highlights on the little spiders as well. And then with a black eyeshadow, I'm just drawing some shadows, and this really gives it that 3-dimensional feeling. So just from the bottom of the feet up to where the legs start, just with a black eyeshadow, and then that's it. I coloured in the hole, and that is the final look for that one. Next one is a zombie, and this is just with starting off with a purple eyeshadow just to give it that sort of really tired look around the bottom of the eyes. And then going in with a black and really focusing on the inner corner of the eyes and smoking it out really well. And then above the nostrils with a black, I'm just sort of drawing 2 sort of triangles like with the alien but with eyeshadow, and then but I'm going to join them at the top. I'm just sort of making my frown look more frowned by joining my eyebrows together, and contouring some cheekbones very high. And this is my blender now because all my brushes were dirty. So to make the tiredness look even worse, I'm just sort of drawing circles underneath my eye with that eyeshadow. And contouring my temples. Is that my temples? Yeah, that's my temples. Is it my temples? My forehead. So to make the skin look all dry and stretched, I'm just sort of drawing lines down, and this is still with black eyeshadow. It's all very simple. And then going above my nose just to make it look more exposed, and using a thinner brush and with black eyeshadow just to really define it all. And little creases from inside the inner corner of the eyes out onto the bridge of the nose. Draw a little sad face marks there. You could leave it at that, or you could add in this little veiny area with some black face paint or lipstick or anything you have, just with a little brush, and squiggle lines down. And that is the final look for the zombie. The last one is this ghost girl look that you see in so many films. It's so easy. I just covered my face with white face paint. Again, you can use pale foundation, eyeshadows, anything you've got. It's not even neat. And then with a black eyeshadow and a big fluffy brush, I just smoked out my eyes really, really well, and really, really low down as well. But just keep blending until it's really dispersed out. And then I'm just lining my waterline with a black eyeliner and fluffing out my eyebrows again with the black eyeliner. Nothing neat about this at all. And then if you have a wig, use a wig, but I've just using hair extensions just to clip on top of my own hair, and then pull some strands down, and then that is the dead girl ghost look. I hope these videos were of some use. I tried to make them as simple as possible, using as little products as possible. But anyway, like if you like, and subscribe if you like, and if you do, I will see you in the next video. Have a happy Halloween. Bye!